Did you know that losing weight can actually make you fatter? I know it sounds unbelievable, but if you've been dieting, restricting calories, and fixating on the scale, this could be the very reason you're not achieving the results you desire. Now, I'm going to dive into this eye-opening topic, and I'm going to reveal some myths that nobody's probably talking about. My goal is to help you overcome any frustration that you're experiencing on your weight loss journey. But before we dive in, make sure to take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support enables me to continue providing valuable content, and I don't want you to miss out on any future insights that could transform your health. Okay, let's jump into it. I want to clear up a big misconception right off the bat. Losing weight isn't the same as losing fat. I know for so many of us, that number on the scale seems like the ultimate measure of progress, but here's the truth. It doesn't tell the full story of what's happening in your body. Weight loss is just a decrease in overall body weight. It could come from fat, yes, but it could also come from muscle, water, or even glycogen stores in your body. That means when you lose weight quickly, especially through extreme dieting or intense cardio, you might actually be losing something your body desperately needs, and that is muscle. And muscle is not just there for you to look toned or strong. It's your metabolic engine. Muscle burns calories even when you're sitting still. So if you lose muscle, you're slowing down your metabolism, making it easier to gain fat even if you're eating less. Think about that for a second. The very thing that you're doing to lose weight could be setting you up to gain it all back later. Now, let's talk about rapid weight loss for a minute. Maybe you've tried one of those super low calorie diets and the scale dropped fast, but most of that was probably water weight or even muscle. That's why it feels so hard to keep the weight off. Your body is designed to protect itself, and when it senses a calorie deficit for too long, it starts slowing down everything to conserve energy. That's your metabolism hitting the brakes. And here's the thing with that. When your metabolism slows, you're not just stuck in a plateau. You're also more likely to regain weight as fat because your body is now in store mode. So even if you weigh the same as before, your body composition could look differently. This is why focusing solely on the scale is not just unhelpful, it's misleading. What you really want is fat loss, losing adipose tissue while preserving your lean muscle mass. That is how you create a healthier, stronger body. So here's the shift. Instead of obsessing over how many pounds you've dropped, start thinking about what you're losing. Because if it's muscle, you're not just losing weight, you're losing progress. Now, let's go deeper into something that's tied to this, and that is the phenomenon of being skinny fat. And this might actually shock you. The skinny fat phenomenon describes people who look slim on the outside, maybe even with a normal weight on the scale, but have a high percentage of body fat and low muscle mass. It's a condition that's way more common than you think, and it carries real risks for your health. So here's what's happening. When someone is skinny fat, most of their fat is stored around their internal organs as visceral fat. This is the dangerous kind of fat that can quietly lead to serious issues like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain metabolic disorders. And because they don't look overweight, most people don't even realize there's a problem until it's too late. Now, let's break this down how this happens. Number one, sedentary lifestyles. A lack of physical activity is one of the biggest culprits. When you don't use your muscles, they shrink or atrophy over time. This leads to low muscle mass, even if your overall weight doesn't change. And when your body isn't building muscle, it's more likely to store fat, even if you're not eating much. Number two, it can come from poor dietary habits. What you eat matters. Diets high in processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats contribute to visceral fat buildup. And without enough protein, your body can't maintain or build muscle effectively. This creates the perfect storm for looking lean, but being metabolically unhealthy. Number three, it could be from genetics. Some people are predisposed to store more visceral fat than others. If you're genetically wired this way, a poor diet and lack of exercise can amplify the effects, putting you at even greater risk. So, why is this so dangerous? Being skinny fat isn't just about appearance, it's about what's happening inside of your body. Elevated visceral fat can lead to metabolic syndrome, a collection of conditions that increase your risk for heart disease and diabetes. It can lead to also insulin resistance. When your cells stop responding to insulin properly, your blood sugar levels rise, setting the stage for type 2 diabetes. And last, it can also lead to cardiovascular diseases. Visceral fat raises cholesterol and blood pressure, two major risk factors for heart-related issues. So here's the takeaway. Being thin doesn't automatically mean you're healthy. You could have a higher body weight, but better health if more of that weight comes from muscle rather than fat. That's why it's so important to focus on your body composition, not just the number on the scale. If you're seeing yourself in this description, don't worry, we'll dive into how to address this in a minute. But the first step is understanding that health isn't just about being skinny. It's about building a strong, functional body that supports your overall well-being. Now, I want to dive into why gaining weight could actually help you burn fat. It's a common misconception that weight gain is always detrimental, especially when you're aiming to lose fat. However, gaining weight in the form of muscle can actually be a powerful strategy to enhance fat loss and improve overall health. When you engage in strength training, your body builds muscle mass. Remember, muscle mass is metabolically active, meaning it will burn more calories compared to fat tissue. This increase in muscle mass elevates your resting metabolic rate, allowing you to burn more calories throughout the day, even when you're not exercising. Additionally, gaining muscle improves insulin sensitivity. With better insulin sensitivity, your body is more efficient at utilizing carbohydrates for energy rather than storing them as fat. This metabolic enhancement aids and reduces the risk of developing insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. It's also important to understand that muscle is denser than fat, taking up less space in the body. This means that as you gain muscle and lose fat, your body composition changes, leading to a leaner and more toned appearance, even if your overall weight remains the same or increases slightly. This is why two individuals with the same body weight can look vastly different if one has a higher muscle mass and lower body fat percentage. Focusing solely on the scale can be misleading. So again, here's another reason why focusing solely on the scale can be misleading. Factors like water retention, water gain, and fat loss all influence this scale. Instead of fixating on weight, pay attention to how your clothes fit, your energy levels, and strength gains. These indicators provide a more accurate reflection of your progress towards a healthier body composition. In my own experience, I've noticed that at times when I weighed more, I actually had a lower body fat percentage because of increased muscle mass. On the opposite, when I was lighter on the scale, there were times when my body fat percentage was higher. There were just times where I would lose weight and my body fat percentage would go up. And it was at the time very confusing for me. This personal journey has taught me that the number on the scale doesn't tell the whole story. And that's why there should be an embracing of this mindset shift from focusing on weight loss to prioritizing muscle gain and fat loss. This can make your fitness journey more effective and sustainable. Now, I have to put this all together by talking about the metabolism and the trap of extreme dieting. Extreme dieting might seem like a quick fix for weight loss, but it can actually sabotage your metabolism. When you drastically cut calories, your body perceives it as threats and shifts into survival mode, often referred to as starvation mode. In this state, your body conserves. This metabolic slowdown is a protective mechanism designed to preserve energy during times of scarcity. While it may be beneficial for our ancestors facing famine, in today's world, it hinders weight loss efforts. As your metabolism slows, you may hit a weight loss plateau, making it increasingly difficult to shed additional pounds, even with further caloric reduction. In addition to this, prolonged extreme dieting can lead to other health issues such as nutrient deficiencies, loss of muscle mass, and increased risk of gallstones. Once you resume normal eating patterns after a period of extreme dieting, your slower metabolism can lead to rapid weight regain, often resulting in gaining back more weight than you initially lost. This cycle of losing and regaining weight, commonly known as yo-yo dieting, can have long-term negative effects on your health, including increased body fat percentage and a higher risk of developing chronic diseases. To avoid falling into this metabolism trap, it's essential to adopt a balanced approach to weight loss that includes moderate calorie reduction if needed, regular physical activity, and focus on nutrient-dense foods. This strategy supports a healthy metabolism and promotes sustainable weight loss without triggering the body's starvation response. Now, I want to go through some signs that you're not eating enough, because recognizing the signs of undereating is important for maintaining your health and achieving your fitness goals. So here are some indicators that you might not be consuming enough calories. Number one, persistent fatigue. Feeling constantly tired or lacking energy can be a signal, or lacking energy can signal inadequate calorie intake as your body isn't receiving the fuel it needs to function optimally. Number two, frequent hunger. Regular feelings of hunger may indicate that you're not consuming enough food to meet your body's energy demands. Number three, weight loss plateaus. If your weight loss has stalled despite undereating could be the cause, as your metabolism may have slowed down to conserve energy. Number four, decreased physical performance. Workouts or noticing a decline in strength can result from insufficient nutrition, hindering your ability to build muscle and recover properly. Number five, mood swings. Irritability and mood fluctuations often accompany inadequate calorie consumption, affecting your emotional well-being. Number six, hair loss. Experiencing hair thinning or loss can be a sign of not eating enough, as your body lacks the necessary nutrients to support hair growth. Number seven, feeling cold. Consistently feeling cold may indicate that you're not consuming enough calories, as your body struggles to maintain its core temperature. And number eight, constipation. Infrequent bowel movements can result from inadequate food intake, slowing down your digestive system. If any of these signs resonate with you, it may be time to reassess your dietary habits to ensure you're providing your body with sufficient energy and nutrients to thrive. Now, here is the solution to all of this, which is focus on fat loss, not weight loss. Shifting your focus from simply losing weight to reducing body fat can lead to more sustainable and healthier results. And here's how you should make that transition. Number one, prioritize protein intake. Consuming adequate protein is essential for building and maintaining muscle mass, which in turn supports fat loss. That's what I love about muscle mass. So aim for approximately 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. I will say that there are some studies that go as low as 0.6 or even 0.8 grams per pound of body weight daily, but I say it's good to just focus on 1 gram per pound of body weight, especially if you're trying to build muscle. And so start incorporating sources like lean meats, dairy, legumes, and plant-based proteins into your meals. It's all about personalization when it comes to protein. I do think that animal-based protein has better statistics, but there's some people who do not eat animal-based protein, and that's totally fine because there's different sources of protein that are available. All right, number two, engage in strength training, of course. Incorporate resistance exercises into your fitness routine to build muscle mass which, by the way, will boost your metabolism. The best approach is always to focus on compound movements such as squats, deadlifts, and pull ups if you can do them, or any kind of compound movement because they engage in multiple muscle groups and efficient calorie burning. Number 3, avoid starvation diets. Ensure you're eating enough to fuel your body and support metabolic health. And the reason again is because severe calorie restriction can lead to muscle loss and a slowed metabolism, which you do not want if you want to overcome this. So instead, maintain a moderate calorie deficit and focus on nutrient-dense foods to support your workouts and recovery. And last is number 4, monitor your progress beyond the scale. Use methods like body measurements, progress photos, or body composition analysis to track fat loss accurately. The scale doesn't differentiate between fat and muscle. So these alternative metrics provide a clearer picture of your progress. By implementing these simple strategies, you're going to be on your path to achieving a healthier body composition and overall well-being. So if you've been caught in the cycle of losing weight only to gain it back, I want you to know, first of all, it's not your fault. The conventional advice to eat less and move more has set so many people up to fail by ignoring the importance of muscle metabolism and sustainable habits. Now you have the tools to break free. Focus on building muscle, fueling your body with the right nutrients, and measuring progress in smarter ways like body composition instead of just the scale. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What has been your biggest challenge in the fat loss journey? Share your experience in the comments below because your insight not only helps others on the same path, but also inspire the future content I create to address your specific needs. Now, and then also, if you're ready to take your health to the next level, check out the resources below. They're designed to simplify the confusion, provide real accountability, and help you achieve sustainable results. Plus, consider joining our community if you need more guidance and support. It's the best way to stay on track and make this process even easier. Now, last, before you go, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me keep creating valuable content like this to empower you on your journey. So let's keep pushing forward together. I'll see you in the next video.